Well,
Well,
this must mean it's 7 p.m. on Thursday evening.
we should have almost done. I don't know whether that was happening for us or for other people, but let's do this just to let people tune in. Let's see if this works again. Well, we are back.
We're back. We are live.
We're actually playing around with this software for the very, very first time. So bear with us as we figure it out and we get to know everyone who is listening. I'll let Amy rip into episode 36.
Yeah, episode 36. Not that we had to do that this time, but
Well, we might have to.
Old habits die hard.
And
so,
young.
And young. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We are stoked that there's people who have taken time out of their evening to join us for the very first live episode of Couple Goals. So we've got some familiar names on already commenting, which is really exciting.
Oh yeah, we're seeing a lot. Well, people are loving Amy's new hair. What about my new beard trim?
Yep.
Of course.
For those of you who are listening in and couldn't make the live, I've chopped all my hair off and it's short. It's like chin length and it feels great. I just wake up in the morning, I go brush this side, brush that side, ready. And it's so easy.
I beat you by one because I don't even have to do that. I just wake up and...
Should I go really, really short?
Why not? Well, let's see what happens. Before we really dive into this episode, firstly, as Amy said, we're so stoked to have you tuning in from wherever you're tuning in. I guess a bit of housekeeping, because as much as we're going to record this episode and we're going to put it live on the show for next week, we want to connect with you all. So you've got the chat feature there in the comments where you can connect, obviously, for those who are, whatever platform you're listening or watching on, because this is streaming across multiple platforms, which is awesome. Just sussing out what do we got here. Oh yeah, some cool stuff there. Just edit that so we can engage with you all. And for those of you who actually took the time to register to tune in here, in about 25-30 minutes we will be sharing a link. You'll see a private chat which you will all be added to. You can click that link, so it just says copy, and it might say, if you're on your phone, it'll say open your Safari browser, paste it, and you'll actually be able to come on the screen with us and have a yarn, because this is the part where we get to answer your questions and connect personally rather than just, I guess, monitor, even though it is still monitor, isn't it?
Yeah.
We get to answer your questions. So in the meantime, if you do have questions, post them in the side and we will do our best to answer them on the fly. But what's been happening, Dale, the last week? What's been going on?
Like busy, but still in Brisbane, which has been nice. I've just been doing lots of songwriting. And I mean, if you guys are members of my Patreon, you are privy to some of my little song ideas that I drop in there. And I do that because I really love the feedback. I love to share what I've just written and I get really excited about it. But I often, I don't want to put it out to the world. I just want to put it out to my very close circle. So that goes to my Patreon members. And it's really nice hearing the feedback and which ones they really, really love. Yeah.
Well, I was actually, because you gave me your password to Patreon just recently. So I get the little inside scoop because I'm not in it really. I kind of am, but not really. And I saw you uploaded a song that I hadn't heard, the Ricochet one.
Ricochet.
Yeah, cheeky. I actually showed a client today because I was
Did
like,
you?
Yeah.
It was like, I get really embarrassed because I, with new songs, I'm still kind of learning how to play it, and my brain's like thinking about guitar and singing it. When you have practice songs over and over again, that's easy. But for a new song, it's like, how does that bit go? And then so it's a bit clunky, but that's the charm of getting a new idea.
I would love to be in that position because I'm just struggling to strum. So the fact that you can do that and sing is quite impressive.
Yeah, it takes it's like, when you pat your head and rub your belly, like that kind of thing.
Yes, I do. Perfectly. I can't actually do it.
What's been happening in your world, Lockie?
Well,
exciting news from you.
Very exciting. Mm-hmm. Well, I'd rather you announce it than me.
Why? Go on.
Because
it's your news.
No, but you're my biggest fan.
Okay.
I hope.
Well,
Well,
Lockie,
well,
I'm
do you
gonna
guys want to hear the news? I don't know. Where can we see the comments again? If you guys want to
that.
hear the news, post it in the comments or give us some hearts or loves if you're watching on YouTube.
I'm really, really proud of this news.
Why are you
Proud
proud?
wife.
Proud wife, yeah.
Because I am the wife of an athlete, everybody.
We already knew that. Come on.
But a professional athlete, which you already were. But
Yeah. Anyway,
Lockie, okay, go on, you tell
no,
him.
you go. You were getting there in a roundabout way.
So some of you may know that Lockie did a Spartan race a couple of weekends ago, and he didn't train for it. He was just like, I'm just gonna see how I go, do it for fun. I don't think you even wanted to do all of the races. I think
No,
you did 3. How many was it?
I did a 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, and 21 kilometer. And I was supposed to do it with my mates. So if my mates are watching this, it's your fault.
So all the people bailed, all his friends bailed because I mean,
They had
who
other,
wants to
yeah,
go
they had
running?
other commitments.
And so Lockie did them all, and he did so well that he managed to get qualified for the World Championships of Spartan racing.
Obstacle course racing, they call it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Obstacle course
Spartan.
racing. And he's going to Belgium to compete, and it's so exciting because
Yeah.
he got the email, he's been invited.
And now we're planning a trip. Well, I'm planning a trip.
You're
not
planning a
coming.
trip to Europe. I can't go to that one, but I'm so excited for you. I'll be living through.
Yeah, it's like a little.
There's like an athlete's village. There's like a uniform. All right,
It's
you want
nuts.
to tell the story now?
Yeah, I'll pass it over to me. The excitement's
Okay.
getting to me. But yeah, there's a whole opening ceremony. There's a, it's like a mini Olympics. They're trying to. It's the very first year, so they're putting together Spartan races, Ninja Warrior, obstacle, all the this Tough Mudder, all of that, making this cool little sport called the World Obstacle Course Racing Championships, and it's on the ski slopes in Genk in Belgium. I think it's pronounced Genk.
Oh, is it going to be cold?
I
When
don't
is
know.
it? It's in September.
September. I'd imagine it will be
Cold.
not as warm as Brisbane.
I hope
but
is it going to be snowing? No.
Nah,
I
I don't
mean,
know. Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna have to prepare. Anyway, so now I've had to start training.
Do you think like it's going to be up in the mountains and you might have to do some altitude training?
Where am I possibly going to do some altitude training? Yeah.
Oh, there are facilities that you can do. You can. Put
Oh,
on,
there
like,
is
a
air
mask
locker.
and-
Yeah, I could do that. I don't actually know. Well, I'm gonna just start with training for it specifically for starters, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, it's a cool experience. I have always loved. What I really love is like as you get older, there's now more sports that you can get into. You don't sort of leave your athletic career behind when you leave your 30s. So I think that's awesome.
So have you ever qualified for a world sport before?
Never. I've been like a national champion and all of that, but then rugby was always taking me away from other sports. And now that I
And
don't
you're
have
so
rugby,
good. You didn't even know how good you were at obstacle climbing.
it's climbing shit.
Well, it's
Who would have
probably.
thought?
I reckon it's because you have to always jump over my clothes and shit on the
That's
floor.
fair. Yeah, yeah. Getting through our bedroom just to my side, because I am situated on the window side of the bed. To get to my side of the bed, I have to either climb over Amy's clothes or even just her laying there. And then on the morning, I got to do the exact same thing in the dark. So,
Well, you can thank me later
I'm a
and
fair
bring me back
shot.
a present from Europe.
Well, there you go. So I might take. Now we've got the decision on who's coming with me because Amy can't. So it's down to 3 people. It's down to Bradley. For those who follow me, Brad's one of my best mates and business partner. Then we got Mum. Obviously, she's in the running, and then Liam. You all know who Liam is.
He was on
tuning in.
episode 2 or something.
Yeah, he was
With
one of the
Emma.
early adopters of the couple goals. So he's there as well. So we'll see. We might put keys in a bowl and see who gets drawn out. Oh, that'd be fun. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Now work and train and sleep for the next 16 weeks.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound too exciting, but
I know. We're going to live boring lives for a couple of months.
But then we've got some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really exciting things coming up.
Let's transition into your foot. So get this, right? Once again, for those who have been listening for a number of weeks, we're in a temporary studio and where Amy's got a TikTok live straight after this. So we're trying to not mess up what they've got situated. I've put some notes down here and on a board, and for those who are in Amy's Patreon, I'll take a photo of it so you can see what I'm dealing with here. Meanwhile, Amy's picture, this is her feet. She's just sitting here like this with her feet all over the whiteboard with the notes.
I didn't realize that's what you were doing. I'm like, why are you looking at it so intently? Like, make it subtle.
So as I'm trying to transition to where we're going next, because I don't know, all I can see is a big hoof.
Sorry. these are very talented hoofs.
And those hoofs actually got something to do with tonight's Reddit. So
Yeah.
we've got a prompt.
Or
Now,
should we just go in? Should we switch it up?
No.
You want to save it?
I reckon. What do you reckon? What do you
Well,
guys reckon? Do you want us to go? What are our options here?
We can go
Comment
into
in
our
the notes.
Read on Reddit section, or we can go into our main topic of the evening.
Ooh, main topic or Amy's Reddit section. Now, Amy's Reddit section
Involves a banana.
involves this banana. Okay, involves this lovely looking banana. There is a nice shape to that banana. And the only way you're going to find out what the hell this banana is doing here and what can be done with this banana, aside from eating it, is by commenting.
So Mitch says, to hell with plans. So he wants to hear the story.
Well,
Zach Bernardo says, go to the main topic.
Oh, we got a 50-50. We need at least one more person to hit us up here to give us,
Okay,
Emily's come through with the goods. So before we go into Amy's Reddit, Kirsty, lovely lady from Canberra, dropped us a line, and she was saying how exciting Amy's life sounds because she grew up in Papua New Guinea, as she shared on an earlier episode, and she wanted to know what it's like. So quick little segue in under 30 seconds, Amy, what was it like growing up in Papua New Guinea? Go.
So it was very different from growing up anywhere in the first world because it's a third world country, and I didn't know any different because obviously I was born there. We did come back to Australia for holidays, which was really exciting for me because, I could cross the street and I could go to the park as a kid. And PNG has a really high crime rate, so there's no going to the park and hanging out outside unless you, which we did a lot on the weekends. We'd go out to the islands on a boat and we'd hang out with our friends, and that was always a safe thing to do on the weekends. So, I always love being in the tropics. I think that's because that's where I grew up. Any holiday, I like to go, to Hawaii or to like somewhere warm, and that obviously comes from growing up in PNG. But yeah, we had some crazy experiences as well. Being not the safest place in the world, we definitely had some scary moments there, which maybe I'll save for another episode. But
we've probably already covered it. Maybe, or maybe not. I cannot remember.
Like some pretty serious things happened. But we made it through, and it's weird. I feel like I haven't left. Like a part of me will always be
in PNG.
There, in PNG.
Island life.
Yeah.
You do love laying down with your feet crossed on my board, drinking cocktails.
I do.
So I think that's the island life.
No, but also like there's some really beautiful people, and although they've got, some social issues and, lots of crime, once you get out of the city, it's just so beautiful. It's untouched by tourists. The people are just so kind. And I really miss that about it. But I think, it's shaped who I am as a person. I feel like I'm fairly down to earth, considering. And I think that's because I've seen how a lot of people live. Most of the population in the world have it really tough. So I think, growing up amongst that has made me realize how lucky that I am.
Cool. Well, there's so many buttons on here that are just grabbing my attention that I'm like, how can we utilize it?
You're distracting me.
But let's see what this does in order to segue to your Reddit. Do you want to grab your phone and get the Reddit up? Let's see what this does. Oh.
Moody.
Read
on Reddit.
You ready?
Time for Read on Reddit. With
you sound like a late night phone line. Like
an elevator.
Not that I've ever called one, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, I was about to hit the beat too. Going. Sorry guys for cutting you off there where it was about to get good. Anyway, we are back with Amy's Reddit.
So I came across this late last night when I was scrolling Reddit, and it made me laugh. I don't know whether you felt me chuckle, but I screenshot it right away because I wanted to share it with you guys. So very relatable for Lockie. My wife. Oh.
What's the username?
My 28 man wife. Anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how old they are. But
they are double the age of each other.
Yeah.
Over double.
My wife refuses to cut her toenails. The title is pretty self-explanatory. I know it might seem funny at first, but I'm legitimately at a loss. I wake up every morning with painful scratches all over my legs. She kicks at night. Her toenails are so sharp. Whenever I ask her to cut them, she just responds, I don't like the feeling of my nails being clipped. I've even tried cutting them while she's asleep, but she woke up and we got into a heated argument. She says the scratches on my legs must be coming from somewhere else, but unless there are mice living in our sheets, I'm not quite sure where she thinks they're coming from. How can I confront her about this and finally get my old legs back?
Oh my fucking god! Like
Whoa.
how long do you think we're talking right now for these hoofs?
Oh, I don't know, but they've got to be pretty sharp to be cutting his legs in the middle of it.
Well,
Oh, that would hurt so much. Like,
let's can we get your feet up here for a
I
second?
hope there's no weirdos on there.
Yeah. This might go viral for a foot fetish because people pay hundreds of dollars for toes, don't they?
Divorce.
Mitch
Mitch says divorce.
1900 Dial and Amy.
I mean, it's pretty gross. I've just had a pedicure today. So
Did you know this was going to happen?
No, but
I
it just
think it
so
is
happens
that you're.
I have very nice
Well, yeah, currently,
short
but in order
feet.
to get to that point must mean that they were overgrown at some point. And just how
Well,
much.
that's what happens with toes.
No, of course, but just how much overgrown
Nails.
we will leave up to everyone's imagination. But let's just assume they were.
Oh,
you
not
know,
me, this lady.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, but if she doesn't like people cutting them, they must be really
Well, what
wrong.
do you guys think in the comments? How long is too long?
Ugh.
Look, I've got a quick segue and then we're going to come back to why the banana is here. But I have been a savage nail chewer my whole life. There's only been 2 times that I can ever recall not chewing my nails, and I've actually grown them back. Look at these beautiful things. They're not manicured, they're just self looked after. But last year when I was rowing the marathons, I think because I was so tired, I didn't even think about it. And now, all of a sudden, like, what would it have been, a month ago? I just stopped chewing my nails.
Other things to worry about.
Maybe I've grown up finally.
It's a filthy habit because you have all sorts of literally
Particles.
shit under your nails, and that's how you get worms.
Yeah, but
and
it keeps you strong when you chew it. If you chew it and get the germs in your mouth, you stand strong. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good way of looking at it or not so much? Not too sure. I'm not too sure at all. If you're putting holes in your own socks as well as your husband's, like you've got a problem.
Oh, totally
Amanda,
agree. But I have had sharp toenails before and scratched you, right?
100%. Oh my
it happens,
goodness.
and that's when you're like, oh, sorry.
So Amy and I do this weird thing, which maybe we've spoken about before, maybe we haven't. I can't remember. But when we're watching like Netflix or whatever, and sometimes we'll put the laptop between the two of us, so it's not on anyone's area because you're worried about those rays. But we'll put it between us, but around it you can sort of like kick your foot through like so and link toes like this. They're like scissoring toes.
Oh my god,
which
scissoring
is
toes.
well, that's what it is, right? Like scissoring toes.
No.
It's quite a unique experience. So if you and your partner aren't into that, give it a crack. If you want to try something new,
it's like holding hands, but for toes.
For toes.
That
is
is
fucking weird.
I hope none of us have tinea, otherwise it's just like
And I
sharing
hope-
those germs.
Yeah, I hope you guys try it. You can get back to us on that. The only time I didn't chew my nails was when I was pregnant. I have then.
This is a comment, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. This is here. Let me post that up. Boom.
I then covered them with acrylics. Yeah, that's always a great way of stopping chewing your nails. I've got Builder gel on, so it's like gel, but it's hard. It's like a powder, and they dip your nail in it, and it's great. The problem is they grow so long and strong that I can't play guitar anymore. So I have to
file them.
Yeah, get them short.
Yeah, well, that's an issue. What do we got here? Ella has a question. I need some tips on how to stop nail biting. Look, I don't have tips. I do now that I stopped chewing, but
yeah, I think having gel or Builder or SNS helps.
What's SNS?
Because it's also like an acrylic, but it's yeah, it just makes your nails too hard to even chew.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. So do that. Makes typing hard too. Yeah.
But you can get SNS and Builder on short nails, so that's always an option as well.
All right. Well, this conversation has really taken a turn for the worst, and nails aren't really my thing anymore. So let's move on. Let's spice this up. So as you're for those who are tuning in as well, let us know where you've tuned in from, whether you're in Brisbane or I know we've got some American listeners. We have people tuning in from about I think it was 40 something countries at the moment
Wow.
listening to Couple Goals, which is pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
Considering we still don't know what we're doing here. We're just figuring it out. But quickly, before we go to this banana, why did we even start Couple Goals for those who haven't listened before? We got Sunny Coast on the map with Carmen. Boom.
Why did we start Couple Goals? That's a question for you, Lockie.
Canberra. Well, no, you go. 'Cause I
We don't have
know.
a reason. We just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just thought we were newly married. We thought we could offer some laughs. We wanted a podcast that wasn't like too self-helpy. We wanted like a bit of self-help, but in a fun way. So,
And I think relationships, everyone, you know, they're the central figure of life, even if it's whether it's intimate like we are, or it's just your mates, right? You got to same skills make good relationships. So I think it's fun to talk about. You know, people don't like talking about sex because it's taboo. We don't talk about it on here either. So apart from this banana, but it's taboo. But then also other things in relationships, and it's just fun to talk about it because we know we're not the only ones who want to rip each other's heads off from time to time. Not that Amy would want to do that to me, but
not
you know,
today.
it does happen, and we can learn just as much from you guys as this continues to grow and our community continues to grow, and we get to do more cool stuff like this. And eventually, once we sort of hit our stride, we're going to do it live. We're going to hit some cafes or bars.
Our goal is to like start touring with this podcast. How cool would that be?
That would be pretty gnarly. I'm pretty down for that. All right, but let's finish the Reddit. So I think that was absolutely disgusting, to be honest. The fact that your partner is cutting you because they will not practice personal hygiene. I think that's
it is personal hygiene. I think it is too. Like, grow up and cut your
nails. Like literally, like if you're not cutting your nails, well,
do it yourself. Like I can understand maybe there's some weird thing about someone else cutting your nails, but if you do it or file them or figure it out because you're hurting your husband and it's not cool.
Yeah, like I think there's compromise, and we will dive into that into the main topic because we got some cool stuff around. Now that you've moved my schedule around, I don't even know what we're talking about. Relationship milestones and transitions, and how to not let your relationship go stale like this banana is, because I've been holding it for bloody 10 minutes.
Yeah, what are you doing with the banana?
Well, okay, so when Amy read me the Reddit today, I was like, that's a great topic because we're going to get to do something that we rarely have the opportunity to do for people. And Amy has this habit, and the last time I saw it, I was blown away.
It's not a habit; it's a party trick.
Yeah, it's a party trick. Yes, sorry, not a habit, a talent, where she can peel a banana with her toes.
The rumors are true.
Quite rapidly. Has anyone seen this before? And can any one of you do it?
I reckon I could charge a lot on like
footfetish.com.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to put this out for free.
No, we're putting it on our Patreon.
Okay, we're putting it on Patreon, so it's not free, but it's from $3 a month. So yes, you can. I would love for everyone to see what I've, been trying to.
We've got 2 bananas here, so why don't we both do it and we'll have a competition? What do you say?
I can't do it.
You can do it.
All right. This is going to get really weird, guys, and I didn't want to have to do this, but we're going to do it anyway.
Now, normally the trick is to peel it from this end.
Really? How the
But I had a banana peeling competition with my friend, and she smoked me.
Like a banana, just a casual banana peeling competition with your friend. Righto. What kind of friend groups are you hanging out with?
Well, how are you going to film this?
Well, I'm going to angle the camera down, but so the tip is from the tip.
You try it from that end. I'll try it from this end.
No, I'm going with that end.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just see.
All right, this is going to get weird. This is going to get fucking very weird. Hold on, you got to go back.
I hope I can do it now. I've talked a big game.
Like, can you guys see? I can't see. I've got to bet on Lockie. Mitch is backing me here. I've legitimately never tried this in my life.
You can't see it, Lockie.
But I ain't a quitter. Yeah. So, there we go.
Hello.
All right, so can we start already pre-peeled? Yeah, I'm going to win this.
Hey, move. I
already feel it. It's in my toes.
Ready?
Who are you backing, guys?
1, 2,
3, go.
You have to peel it.
Oops,
I
just
no,
mushed
you fucked it.
Mine didn't peel. Fuck. Damn it.
Ew.
Well, if you keep watching this is phenomenal live footage of a banana being peeled. Like this is also
Oh my God.
extremely
Who's hungry? Lockie, take a bite.
nah. All right, get back in. Those
Ah,
bananas are going straight to the bin.
what a waste.
But I thought, when you told me that story, I was like, you can't not get Amy peeling a banana on live stream for everyone to watch. I sort of went with probably the just pull its head off approach, and it definitely is not edible.
but
And Amy actually peeled it quite nicely. So
we're basically apes. So.
yeah, well, we were watching Chimp Empire the other night. If anyone's watched Chimp Empire on Netflix, great watch. Great couple. They're so human-like, and Amy definitely fits in there. So let's move on. Let's move on from the Reddit. Let's go. What do we do? Pet peeves or main topic?
No, main topic, and we'll say pet
Yeah, we'll
peeves.
get some serious stuff. So what do we got here? Some comments rolling in. Love this forum. Love the podcast. Listen religiously. I always just assumed it was called Couple Goals as a smart way to promote the song. Well, the song is a really clever song where it's like, what are the lyrics? I've got a couple goals.
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I have a couple of goals, which are to be couple goals.
Which means whatever you guys want to be in a relationship. And we're like,
That's a good
actually
name
genius for the podcast. And we can even use our own song. You can use your song. How cool. So, all right, where are we? That's some serious talent. You are a talented lady, Amy.
What can I say?
People have been saying it forever, and I'm starting to believe it. Okay, so tonight's TikTok dare should be to eat the. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, that's a great
Ella,
idea, Ella.
You are onto something brilliant. So for those who are going to tune into Amy's,
you know what? We need another banana because you got to peel it on the TikTok, and then there is another banana in the bowl.
Well, maybe one of you can just be eating these ones first. We'll give it to George or something, and then we'll play him the video of this. That'll be funny as. All right. Well, we got to stick to a timeline because I know we're on track. We're killing it.
Okay, so main topic. What is it today? We've got.
No, we got a serious topic here. So obviously relationship milestones and transition. So part of couple goals is obviously to improve your relationship. And there are these. Do you mind if I take lead here?
No, go for it.
Yeah, you ride
Thanks
side saddle.
asking.
Yeah, no, it's good. So there's a lot of pressure in relationships to be at certain milestones as we hit certain ages. I think for people it's by 30, a lot of people feel pressure to be married and have the house and all of that sort of stuff. And that might not just be the case for everyone. So I think it's important to talk about the relationship milestones and transitions between that. And we can discuss some common milestones. Obviously for us, you think about things like moving in with your partner, the first time you get freaky. We won't talk about that, but that's a thing, right? That's a thing that people consider. Marriage, having children, and
buying a house together.
Yeah, some wild stuff that you don't necessarily get taught how to transition into those phases, because obviously when you go from living with your mates or at home with your family to then living with your partner, it's a bit different, right? Because, well, it's just weird in the beginning. You don't have necessarily boundaries or maybe even roles around who does what around the house. And if you grow up in a household, my mum did a lot of the things and my dad did a lot of, other things. So there wasn't much for me to do. But then when you get dumped with all the responsibility, you're like, fuck, who's doing that? And if it doesn't get done, you can bicker.
And I think I kind of grew up in a household like that too. Like dad goes to work, mum makes a home. And things are different these days. Women are going to work as well. And I think it's just as important for men to take some of the leadership in the house as well, because we both live in the house. Why shouldn't I've got to work as well? So let's both pitch in and do the housework as well.
And I think that comes to communication, which we talk about a lot.
Yeah, but that being said, that means that there's no role models to look to, because in previous generations, lots of women didn't go to work.
Yeah, it's so it could be just there is still role models, but it's not gender specific anymore. So if you could use a role model, for example, I feel like I'm pretty good around the house in like the kitchen. I'm a dish pig, etc. But I can use a role model of other people who've been dish pigs, for example. So more role specific than gender specific.
That's what I was gonna say. But you take little bits from
each people. Yeah,
like you can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, I might get home stressed one day and I feel like it's very easy to go, it has to be 50-50 down the line with everything that we do. So if I feel like I've been given to you, I can get resentful or angry that, hey, Amy, do something nice for me. But sometimes in relations, it's 70-30 or 80-20. And it's just like this continue
Yeah, it's never
like
gonna
pendulum.
be perfectly
Amazing.
even, but yeah, you pick up slack where you have to do that.
Because you're ultimately in a relationship, you're trying to achieve the same things.
Mm.
I think I did get some beautiful points here that I would love to get across. Are there any other conversations coming through? We share the load because we both work and have 3 kids. It's a lot of work and we're tired. It's awesome that you guys share the
Uncommon.
load. We don't have kids yet, so we don't know what it's like. We got a lot of friends who have kids, and that's why I guess why we feel the pressure as well,
Mm.
because we're doing things how we want to do it, as opposed to a lot of our friends have all got kids, and at times you can be going, "Fuck,
Are we dragging our feet?
yeah, we messed up." You have all
But
those thoughts, obviously. I think we all do have those thoughts, that's for sure. I wish because Glenn hates it, he cooks better than me. Yeah, if I'm cooking, it's the most simple meal you'll ever eat. It's literally proteins, carbs, fat. That's it. And like we're talking steak, veg, and mash.
which is fine on some days, but often
I can do it
I
7
like
days a
to
week.
spice it up a bit. So
Yeah,
I'm happy for him to do dish pick. But yeah, it's not fair to have to cook and clean and do the washing and change the sheets and whatever else. So yeah, I think that's important in a relationship.
100%. 100%. We got to obviously look at like 3 main key points. Is what? What are you laughing?
Carmen says, take your time with kids.
Bloody.
Bloody leeches sap the life out of you. Well, that's encouraging.
Well, yeah. Wow. Jeez. All right. Well,
Uh,
I might take an extra step away from you. But some key things around this that we thought was worthwhile to get people thinking about in their relationships, whether you're in a relationship or you're not. Loss of autonomy. So there's a sense of obviously feeling controlled. So you could be controlled, and I would consider that a toxic relationship. So if you're in that situation, uh, maybe start considering how you can navigate a way out of that. Suppressed individuality. So the person's individuality and personal growth can be stifled. Not allowed to make your own decisions, and also dependency. I see it a lot where people do become dependent on the other person. So when they're not around, or if they were to ever leave them, they don't have their own identity and I guess path for what they're wanting to do. So one thing I think we do really well is we work really well together, but you've got your thing and I've got my thing. So that even if we ever split up for whatever reason, it would be heartbreaking and sad, but you've got your stuff to do. I've got my stuff to do. So
yeah,
we
and
would
it
have,
gives you
yeah,
confidence.
we'd
You're
have
not
those,
relying on
yeah,
somebody.
you're dependent
Mm.
upon yourself. And yeah, this is a support network as well. Communication breakdowns, obviously potential for misunderstandings without proper communication. We'll wrap this up soon. Unexpressed feelings, got to do that. I'm
Got to
shocking at
express your
that. Yeah, I'm
feelings.
fucking bad at that, I tell you. Lack of emotional connection, key to a strong emotional connection. So that's, time, date nights, going back to the communication, sharing how you're feeling when you're upset, all that sort of stuff, which I'm not very good at.
Mm. Not a lot of blokes are.
No, I'm getting better, but I'm still very bad, I would say. And then the final one is the respect and the equality piece. So obviously a power imbalance in the relationship. Things like who controls the finances, as who's expected to do what. I think
Mm.
it's important to always talk about that and
And to
understand.
always be growing. I think we're still working it out.
Yeah.
Even now, like, because we have a house and we're like, oh, maybe it's better to do this financially. And so
I think,
we're
yeah.
looking at like restructuring all our finances, which is really interesting. But talking about it and doing it together rather than one person controlling all the finances.
100%. 100%. I think that's fantastic. Feeling undervalued and mutual respect. Like, I really don't like when people go, oh, or blokes go, oh, my wife's just a stay at home. I do all the work. So she should be grateful that I'm bringing the money. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't be able to bring the money and have a nice, have your family being looked up the way it is, or whatever the situation that they're complaining about is because you think money makes you better. It's
Mm.
like it's still the same household and it's still the same family.
Yeah, because are you taking time out of your day to go to Coles
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Woolworths? Like,
So
it takes a lot of time to do that
it's one of
shit.
my pet peeves
Mm.
for what people say. And doesn't matter who says it, but you're saying your partner's ungrateful because you're out doing more. It's like, well, it takes two to tango and to make a relationship work. So I think it's very important to appreciate that. And sometimes you maybe feel like you're putting in more effort, but you also don't know what it's like with the shoes on the other feet. That is a serious part done. Does anyone have any questions about that?
A few comments.
What do we got?
Someone said
maybe experiment with having a kid by getting a dog or a cat. Look, I've grown up with heaps of animals. I ain't doing it.
We're not getting a dog.
It's not happening.
Maybe
no.
that's saying something about
Us.
what kind of parents we would be.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Oh.
Yes,
Like, I would rather just have a baby than have a dog because I think, like, you know, had friends with puppies and it's a lot of work. Like,
yeah,
just have a baby.
Oh,
like one or the other.
This baby can eventually talk to you. I don't know. Yeah, and a dog, you know, I've had so many dogs pass away because they don't live that long.
It's
like
so
they live
sad.
15.
It's too sad. Like, I cannot handle it.
Yeah, it's not nice. So, yes, that is. I had this happen in a previous relationship. It's been a few years, and I still sometimes feel like I need to ask if I can do something that I want to do.
Yeah, it creates trauma when you're in a bad relationship like that. And Emily, I hope you continue to work through that because I've seen it with friends as well. They've gone through a bad relationship and they feel weird when someone treats them well. Like, yeah, trauma.
It's even like you letting me just go overseas by myself. It's cool.
Well, you think I was
lads trip? Yeah.
Think I was gonna?
No. I don't think you would do that. But I'm like, some people would do that, right? Some people would be like, no, you're not allowed to go.
No.
Not unless I'm coming.
Please.
No. And
please
I'm like,
go.
You're like, I've already packed your bags and here's your flight. Off you go. Don't forget your neck pillow.
Full night's sleep.
Don't forget your neck pillow. Thank you very much. What do we got? 100% communicate everything, your feelings especially. You should be able to trust each other and support each other. Cool. Borrow your nephew or niece. Yeah.
We've
done that. We've tested it all, guys. Look, we have tested it all. That's for sure. So we're about to send the link for those who are in the private chat. I don't actually know how. Yeah, so the private chat will go out to everyone who is tuning in via StreamYard. So you would have got the link from subscribing to the email list.
So we're doing that at the end, right?
Yeah, I'm about to put that in, but we're going to quickly do our pet peeves, and then that's coming in. So, darling, you go first.
Oh, that was seamless. Finally. I think that's the first time you've done it seamlessly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Congratulations. Lockie hit the pet peeve button correctly.
36 episodes.
My pet peeve this week is okay. When you finish a meal, right, you're meant to put your knife and fork together in the middle of the plate. Am I right? Comments?
Oh, I should bring the comments up so I can actually see everyone agreeing with no.
When you've finished your meal, you put your knife and fork together. That's what I was taught. And the other night, I saw, 200%.
Where are we going?
The other night, I saw on Lockie's plate there was a bit of chicken that was uneaten. Was it chicken?
No, it was pork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like a nice pork chop.
Yeah.
And
she's salivating like a hyena.
Lockie hadn't eaten the bone bit. He doesn't like.
I do, but I was to be.
No, this is my pet peeve. So Lockie doesn't eat anything around a bone. So I'm like, give me that. I'm gonna chew the fat.
Chew the fuck out of it.
So I had my eye on it, and I was like, is he finished? I don't think he's finished yet because his knife and fork aren't together. So I'll just wait for him to finish. And I was waiting and waiting, and then someone else from the household, I think it was Liam, was like,
no, it was Linda.
Linda was like, are you gonna finish that? I'll have it. Yoink, and took it and ate it. So I was like, fucker.
Well,
if you put your knife and fork together, I would have known you were finished. I could have finished your meal.
Okay, so I hadn't finished.
Oh, you hadn't actually finished?
No. But Linda's like, can I have that? And I was like, well, go on then. You seem pretty eager, so eat it.
Everyone wanted that pork chop.
Yeah, everyone was just like, picture the Lion King and you know those little hyenas that like, and just salivate. That was you guys just watching me eat. And I was like, back off.
That's so funny. But because it was the lady of the house, you allowed it.
Yeah, I was like, go on. Would have been Lockie's problem, let's be honest.
That's funny.
You should have just taken. Yeah, she wouldn't have got it. That's for sure. I wanted to finish it. But that brings me to my pet peeve, which actually ties in really well. So I'm glad you shared that one because we don't actually know each other's pet peeves. But yeah, I wasn't finished. So that's a pet peeve because Amy's doing a gut cleanse at the moment, right? She's trying to
Oh,
get your help.
I'm
do
not.
a gut reset.
I don't want to do it, which is just so annoying. But I've been having some gut issues, and so I need to do
Yeah.
something. So basically, I've been told I need to cut out
Everything.
sugar, alcohol, wheat, dairy, like all the good stuff in life. And for an anti-diet queen, I'm like, excuse me?
Well, it's not really a diet when you're
No,
doing
it's
it
not
for
a fad.
health.
It's not a fad diet. It's just like literally something that
A reset.
I have to do. But it is killing me, you guys. I've got like
Anyway,
bad.
you're hijacking my pet peeve.
Oh, anyway,
She's hijacking.
so
back. You go. My story. So you just experienced how upsetting it is for Amy. It's even more upsetting for me. I'm currently training twice a day, as you've just heard, meaning I'm burning a lot of calories. And Liam and I, right, we're not small blokes. So I'm training twice a day. I'm working all day. And Amy and Emma are putting these meals on our plates. And look, they're awesome meals, like delicious meals. But there's no carbohydrates.
like here's your zucchini
Yeah,
and
it's
chicken
like
breast.
these little salads and a little bit of meat. And you're like, oh, and you don't want to complain because, obviously we're not cooking, we're cleaning. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But night 2, so Tuesday night, I'm laying in bed like this.
Look, he's not handling the
And
gut
I'm just
cleanse
like,
very well.
holy goodness, I need to eat. Like, I'm starving. And I'm never starving, but like I'm starving here. I was like, fuck me. We need carbohydrates in there. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing a gut reset. Like, I am fit as a fiddle. My gut's good. Feed me. So my pet
Same.
peeve was going back to the communication, Amy just assuming that I was going to be on the same sort of
Well, there's
food
a lot of food there still,
regime as you.
but
And
it's just
carbohydrates
there's no
are
rice or pasta.
extremely important when you're training a lot. So
Uh,
as of last night, I've been getting my rice again. So that's good. But what we're going to do, I'm going to hit the private chat button.
do we
Boom.
need to say goodbye to everyone else?
No,
Oh.
because they're going to be able to ask their
They
questions
can
for
still
everyone
hear
who's.
it.
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't know, but we're about to figure pretty quickly. If other people do get kicked off, I'm sorry, but
Cool. Is anyone going to chat with us tonight?
I don't
It's going
know.
to take a few minutes. I
People,
think.
yeah, 100%. So the link is, did people see, just put in the comments, can you see the private chat wherever it may be? I might almost log in just to see. Should I do that? Nah. We'll just learn from this if it doesn't happen. But have you guys enjoyed it so far? We look forward to getting some feedback, obviously. Yeah.
They can't see the link.
Private chat. Why is that not working? Yeah, I'm just going to put it here, bugger it. There it is. That's easier. So we don't have to muck around with it. You guys can see that StreamYard link. Can we see that? I hope it works. That should
All right, so
work.
you just got to copy that into your Safari.
Maybe they can just
Yeah.
click it now. Yeah, cool. All right, if you can get that, you can jump on. Make sure if you're coming on, have a question for us. We'll be short and sharp because Amy does need to get on a TikTok live
Woohoo.
very soon. We did gas bag a fair bit,
We did.
but it was fun.
But for those of you who don't know, Shepherd go live on TikTok every Tuesday and Thursday night at the moment. So
yeah, throw your pet peeve up, Mitchie. Why can't shampoo and conditioner run out at the same time?
Oh,
What is
seriously?
I don't know. I that's probably your question to answer.
Well, it's just annoying. They don't do the ratios properly. And it's like, why are there more? Sometimes you go out, right? This is another pet peeve. You'll go out to a restaurant or to a club or whatever.
Here we go. Let's bring Carmen up. Yeah, keep going.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
We're
Fantastic.
good. Nice to meet you.
This is a bit of a spin out. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you so much. We're excited to be chatting to our first guest. This is cool. Where are you
Yeah, it
tuning
is
in
cool.
from, Carmen?
Sunshine
Sunshine
Coast.
Coast.
Yeah.
Mm.
How good is the sunny coast?
It was a bit cold today. We had a bit of
Ooh.
rain and stuff, but yeah, I love it up here.
Oh, nice.
I'm a massive fan. Whereabouts? You don't have to give us. How you doing?
That's my daughter Ruby.
Hi,
Hey,
Ruby.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Living the dream. Have you enjoyed the episode so far?
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I'll definitely tune in.
Oh, thank you. Did you have a question for us tonight?
Not really. I just more of a comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been following for years, but probably more so when I can't think of the song that you brought out where you were all dancing in the nude coloured knickers and stuff.
Oh, kiss my
Oh,
fat ass.
Kiss My Fat Ass, that's it. That was sort of when I really started paying attention.
Oh, awesome.
And that was about the same time that I started doing burlesque dancing.
Oh,
What is burlesque dancing?
So there's a troupe on the Sunshine Coast. It's called Burlesque Glamour, and there's women of every age and size and ability. I'm not a great dancer, but we're
matter.
all sort of taken into the fold, and everyone supports each other, and it's all about building confidence and all
that's
that sort of
cool.
stuff. And yeah, that film clip and your song and stuff like that just really resonated with me and sort of gave me the courage to join. And I've been there for 2.5 years now, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, I love hearing that. That's so great.
Yeah,
And
we
good
get to
on
do
you for
shows and stuff like
do
that. It's
you?
really awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, I've just found it here on the good old internet.
So wow, where do you do your
Empowering
shows?
women through dance. Love it.
That is
Yeah.
really cool.
We do them at venue 114 on the coast generally. We had a stadium show at the Sunshine Coast Stadium last year. That was pretty cool.
Wow. That's really cool. And we've just had Amanda join, and she said, I have my Kiss My Fat
Oh,
Ass
here,
pajamas on.
let me.
So she's got the merch.
That's awesome.
This is Amanda.
I didn't even know there was a thing.
Hi!
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Amy
How
sent them
cool
to
is
me. Amy sent them to me on from in the Patreon group. One of the
That's epic.
giveaways.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm a bit disappointed Amy hasn't given me some.
Love to see you in some tidy whities, Lockie.
Might be a sight for sore eyes. That's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. How are
I
you,
love
Amanda?
them. I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks for
Good.
jumping
Yeah,
on.
look, see, I love them. There they are. They're awesome. My nephew thought they were hilarious. He thought they said, kick my fat ass, and he tried to kick me, and I'm like, please don't kick me. Stop kicking me. And then he goes, oh, it says kiss. And I'm like, yeah, don't do that either.
Just stay away.
Awesome. And we've got Zach Bernardos here. So Zach is a really big Shepherd fan as well. Hi, Zach.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Good.
Hi,
sorry.
Zach.
Hello.
Sub
So-
legend.
Zach is on basically every live that we do. He's at every show, and we're so grateful to have a fan like
Thank
Zach.
you.
To be fair,
Yes.
Zach messaged me. So the other night, the guys made me jump in the pool at like 9 o'clock at night in my tracksuit pants, which was ridiculous because I lost. Well, I don't even know why.
Yeah, at the end of the TikTok, someone's got to jump in the pool, and
It's freezing.
Lockie drew the short straw
I'm normally in
on
bed,
Tuesday night.
and so for staying up late to help them, they threw me in the pool. And that's a bit
Oh, no.
unfair. Mitch has just thrown. You keep chatting. Mitch has just thrown.
Alright.
We're reading comments as well, so we've got
We're using this whole new bit of software that we don't know actually what's going on, so we're kind of winging it.
It's very cool.
It's fun. We hope to do this more regularly, just so we can actually connect more with you guys, because we can learn just as much from you guys as you guys can from us talking shit. Really.
This is fun.
So,
I've
where
enjoyed
did you
this.
guys meet?
We met in Brisbane
Yep.
at it was a pub called Alfred and Constance. It's closed down now, but we like my friend was seeing his friend, and she's like, "Oh, I just need a wingo. Will you come out?" And I was like, "Oh, like my hair's dirty. I don't." Oh, okay. So I just kind of like put my hair in a bun and put on a dress and went out. And yeah, it turned out that I met Lockie, who was wingmanning his friend, and we got along. And my friend and his friend aren't together anymore, and we got married.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Short story. I have a different story, but that's fine. That one will do.
Yeah. We better wrap this up because we've got
Yeah.
to go to TikTok in a
Look,
minute.
Thank you all so much for jumping on. It's been fun. I think next time we might even just have it set up like this from the get-go, so we can see
Yeah, I
everyone's
reckon
smiling
we do like
faces, and
a
it's-
hangout. What do you
yeah.
guys think?
I think that's more interactive. I think
Sounds
it's fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Because it's a
That'd
bit
be
weird when
awesome.
we can talk, but we don't know who we're actually talking to.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, everyone. It's so nice to see your faces and everyone on
Yes.
comments as well. I know Mitch was throwing out heaps of comments, and Kate, and Em's just joined as well. So Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, and you can. What's it? I think on the website, if you subscribe to the emails, so they shoot out emails, or just on what's that? Instagram. That's where we'll put up another date for next month's live one, which will be fun. So if you do have questions or anything like that, just go to the website and you can drop them in that spot.
Yeah. And don't forget, you
Perfect.
can join our Patreon as well with all the latest updates and little song teasers and all sorts of stuff. And there's a lovely community in there as
Patreon's
well.
fun.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I love my Patreon members, and it's just really nice to have that like one-on-one. I don't know. Everyone's really friendly in there, and it's only a small group as well, so that's nice.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
all
sharing
so
with
much.
us.
You're welcome.
We'll see you soon. Hey,
Thanks,
thank you for your time.
guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.